Well, yeah, and luckily for Call of Duty fans, those games already came out. Modern Warfare came out at the end of last year, and that has been going strong. They also just released Warzone, a free-to-play battle royale style game mode, and those have been doing big numbers. So you don't need to down or to release anything. There's not going to be any coronavirus delays. So good news.
So you think it's good news. Russell, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for any content that's already out there right now or games that were very close to being published where that work can kind of be done pseudo-remotely. I think the biggest problem that people are going to see moving forward is going to be new titles. We're in a position where the things that generate hype, events and kind of in-stage development and things like that aren't really going to be happening anytime soon. And that's going to cause problems for things that are going to be coming out in the next 6 months, possibly even up to the next year.
Right. And, I wanted to ask you, Russell, about Electronic Arts. I know FIFA is one of their big names, but there's been so much talk about Activision and it closing the gap on Fortnite, even with Call of Duty. Where do you think Electronic Arts stands in this? I'm just trying to figure out which ones are the leaders in this group.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to leaders, it's always dependent on what audience is playing and when they're playing. And the cool thing right now is that it's everyone all the time forever. So, you don't necessarily have the advantage that you have with Fortnite where it was just kids or younger, people playing with, kind of an ample amount of free time. This is now, teens, adults, college age people, they're all kind of playing at the same time. And that levels, kind of the playing field a lot when it comes to which of these games is quote unquote more popular. And in that situation, you're going to see some of the more photorealistic games that are less playful, taking a shot at Fortnite and making Fortnite kind of less significant in that respect.
David, what do you think is the best of the bunch? I mean, Wells Fargo initiated on Take-Two Interactive actually has a higher price target than where it is right now. It's at $123. They have a $150 target and an overweight rating. Where do you see the strength in the group?
Well, I think Russell's right in that companies that already have games out there today are going to be winning the most. Fortnite has seen a little bit of a delay for their latest season, but it's still a big winner. EA has other titles in sustainment, whereas Take-Two, one of their big titles, Last of Us 2, got delayed indefinitely. We don't know when it's going to come out. So titles that are online, out there already, and just putting season after season of content out, those ones are going to last.
Russell, your thoughts on the Xbox and PlayStation, the new versions that are due out later in the year?
Yeah, so we're actually seeing kind of a fascinating play in this space in that, Microsoft and Sony are both pushing full steam ahead in hyping up these consoles and what they're going to be capable of. Both Sony and Microsoft have had pretty significant news dumps over the last couple of weeks where they've had, great information on features and all of those kind of things. However, we've seen Sony, recently there's been some leaked information from Sony's production teams that they're actually aiming to make fewer PlayStation 5s for the Christmas season because they know that there are going to be fewer people with the kind of the upfront cash to be able to buy a new console when it comes to launch time. So I think it's going to be a really interesting, kind of dichotomy here because there's so much hype for these new consoles. But I think that the market, if we end up seeing a true economic downturn as we move into the holiday season, there are not going to be as many people ready to purchase these new consoles.
Right, that's very interesting because that was my exact question, and I'd heard that the new Sony PlayStation 5 was going to have fewer put out there, and I wonder if it's going to just bring more demand because everybody will say there's not that many, and everybody will rush to try and get them. What do you think, David?
Yeah, that's going to be a big sort of question mark for both consoles coming out and how they make up the shortfall. We honestly don't know, and we're going to look forward to see whether we get better signs from Microsoft and Sony out there. Sony also might pick up the slack with price cuts to the PS4 and the PS4 Pro to try to make up that shortfall. But it's going to bum a lot of players out, but it might just be unavoidable. Same thing with Nintendo Switch, whose supplies are dwindling around the world. Until production kicks up, all these people wanting to play the new Animal Crossing, wanting to play future titles, just not going to be able to.